Hey Leo, how are you doing? I'm going to pull you some cards. Just going to have a quick look. Well, I say quick, no, it's probably going to take an hour actually because I'm bloody nosy. A quick look at past energies, current energies, and where these energies might be taking you, bearing in mind everybody has free will, you and other people. It's a general reading. I'm not pulling on any particular area of life or subject area or topic or whatever. So to a certain extent, it's for you to take the energies and apply them to your life as you see fit. It's a collective reading. Not every single message will necessarily resonate. It's not necessarily going to resonate your... It's not necessarily going to tell your whole story. It might just be that there's aspects of it that are useful to you. Okay. Use your intuition, use your discernment. The whole point of this is just to spark off your own thinking, give you maybe some fresh perspectives, some new ideas to work with, some new ways of perhaps understanding things that have happened to you. That sort of thing, okay? Don't make decisions based off of a random woman on YouTube pulling cards. But, you know, there's useful shit in here. I do believe that, else I wouldn't be bloody doing it, would I? But just be responsible with it. Alright, lecture over, let's get some cards. Recent past, please, for Leo. Recent past for Leo. The Seven of Wands, the King of Swords. I know you said the Queen of Swords. Interesting. And the World reversed. Kind of defensiveness. Let me show you the cards. I do like to do that, just see if any of the symbolism jumps out at you. The King of Swords thinks before he speaks. Puts quite a lot of thought into his words. The thing is, it's just a bit contradictory with the energy of the Seven of Wands, that's all, because the Seven of Wands feels a little bit reactive here to me. Like defensive in a kind of reactive way. As opposed to the King of Swords, who is very thoughtful. He has everything straight in his head before he speaks. This feels like someone who thinks they've got everything straight in their head anyway, before they spoke. But when it came down to it, the certain amount of reactiveness was also present, I think. The World. See, I always get a feeling of like liberation and freedom from this card. It is also a card that relates to endings, bringing a cycle to an end. It's in reverse. Possibly there's resistance to an ending here in the past, possibly. Whether that's your energy or someone else's, I don't know. It doesn't really necessarily feel like that, though. It feels like a desire for freedom and independence that somehow hasn't quite been realised in the way that you're expecting, in the way that you were logically expecting, the way that you think should be rational and right. And there's a defensiveness towards something, possibly examining this feeling, I don't know. Just to let you know, by the way, as I get the rose, I will do a quick summary of kind of the surface energies or my initial impressions, and we'll do that for each row, and then I'm going to go back in with a few other decks and clarify and dig and kind of be nosy. Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Alright, current energies for Leo, please. Current energies for Leo. Ten of Swords. There's that ending again. It's a painful ending. The Magician in reverse. You're trying to manifest something, you're trying to bring something about, but it's blocked. It didn't fall, so I'm not going to take it, but it was the Four of Pentacles. Current energy for Leo, please. That Magician didn't exactly fall out convincingly, but anyway, I do think it is the right card for you, but I just feel like, maybe there's meant to be another card there. I'm mumbling, I'm sorry. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. That's slower than slow. Knight of Pentacles is like the slowest energy out of all the court cards, and when you've got it in reverse, it's like the slowest of the slow. Could be a sense of impatience here. Do you know what else the Knight of Pentacles talks about? Is consistency and diligence. In the realm of the Pentacles, Pentacles being environment, home, money, career, anything you can kind of, anything kind of tangible, I guess. Well, no, I say that. Pentacles actually can relate to time and effort put in as well. So it's not exactly anything you can touch. Or not exactly anything tangible. It's not quite right the way I explained. It's not quite right. Sorry about that. I feel that's kind of what's blocking your manifestation. I don't always really like to use the word manifestation. I don't think it's that helpful, but you know, manifestation really, we can be talking about so much stuff when we talk about manifestation. We can talk about you fucking sitting down and doing a whole fucking ritual with spells and candles and whatever. But we can even just be talking about your thoughts. You can kind of accidentally manifest things. You can sort of attract things into your life on a sort of subconscious, accidental level, I believe. And I do think that comes under the umbrella of manifestation. You know, because like kind of in life, have you ever noticed that you attract people who are in like very similar situations to you, or very similar stages of life to you, something like that? It's that sort of thing. And also we can attract people into our life kind of based off the kind of films that we watch and the songs that we listen to and the feelings that those evoke in us. You know, if we're fantasizing like around those feelings, then that can actually attract someone in that holds that energy. Anyway, I do feel like you're trying to attract something in on some sort of level, but I suspect you don't realise you're doing it, and I suspect... God, you had this in your last reading, didn't you? Was the Magician actually in the centre of your reading last time as well? I don't know. Anyway, either you're actively trying to do that and it's being blocked, potentially because of some sort of lack of consistency on your part, possibly a lack of consistency of feeling, because really it is feelings that bring about manifestation, in my opinion. Not really thoughts, not really concrete plans, but actually getting in the feeling of what you want to feel when you achieve the thing you've set your eyes on. So there's an inconsistency of feeling, and that's therefore the manifestation is not coming about, or it's in reverse because you're doing it on a very, very, very subconscious level and you don't quite realise you're doing it. You're doing it through the songs that you're listening to, you do it through the films that you watch, the programmes that you watch, the books that you read, that sort of thing. We'll leave it there and I'll dig under it in a bit. Future energies. So where are all these energies taking you, Leo? Where are all these energies taking you? Four of Cups. Oh, Leo. Four of Cups can be about missed opportunities. Let's see what else we get. But it's also a feeling of not emotionally investing in something, kind of being apathetic towards something. So I'm not sure. Let's see what cards come out with it. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Was that an Ace of Wands I saw? Well, we've seen that before, haven't we? When did I see that on the bottom of the deck? Oh, okay. All right. Can I say that out loud? There's the idea of you using your sexual energy to manifest here. I'm just going to say that. We might get more on that. But there's definitely that idea there. But you might not you might not realise that's what you're doing. Sexual energy is very powerful. Yeah. Okay. But in terms of future energies, more specifically, I just I feel a bit of a disappointment here and a bit of a lack of passion. Let's see what else we get. Strange. Page of Wands upright. Oh, this is confusing, Leo. This is very... bottom of the deck, the Devil reversed. I don't often get the Devil. I haven't been getting the Devil much lately for anyone. Although I did say that to another sign recently, but it really was like... It's really not coming out very often. Oh, this is confusing in your future, I'll be honest. It's like, do I emotionally invest? Don't I emotionally invest? Is there a spark there? Isn't there a spark there? Do I want to go down a new path? Don't I want to go down a new path? It's all confusing. Just with the Ace of Wands in reverse and then the Page. Obviously, the Page is there. He's carrying that Ace of Wands. The Page is Fool energy. The Page is that energy of a new beginning. But then we've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. I mean, sometimes cards in reverse can feel tentative, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels more like an opposite to me. It's like a rejection of that new beginning to me. But then the Page says otherwise, so there's a lack of clarity here. And then I think that's because you're feeling, well, your future energies, your energies seem to be moving towards a feeling of lack of clarity. That's great, isn't it? That's just what you came here to hear, isn't it? I mean, switch off now. Why don't you? I don't know. We'll get more. We'll go underneath and we'll get more. We might be able to explore the reasons for the lack of clarity. And as we've got go under these cards, we'll have more context for what all this means anyway. Do you know what? I just feel like there's a certain fairy tale about this card, because I'm just looking at this castle in the background and it just looks like a Disney castle. Just looks like some fairy tale or something. I don't know. Let's just look at the overall energy of your read anyway, with the Magician in reverse, the Devil in reverse. At least the Devil's in reverse, hey. Let me just... I'll hold those cards upright for you, just because it's good for you to look at the imagery and see if anything speaks to you. As above, so below. As above, so below. You see how he's pointing below, he's pointing above. As above, so below. This is it, you see. This is the idea of your inner feelings then being manifested in the outside world, sort of thing. But what are your inner feelings? I don't know. We'll dig. Fear. There's some sort of fear here. Do you know what this is? You know when we do a Celtic cross and we have a position that's roughly about here on my table, that's hopes and fears. We have hopes and fears under the same card, under the same position, because our hopes and fears are often one and the same thing, okay? And that's kind of what's coming through here with... You're trying to bring something about, but at the same time, you absolutely fear it. That's how it feels. And that would explain this flip-flopping in your future, which is, oh yeah, let's do the new thing. Let's not do the new thing. Let's do the new thing. Let's not do the new thing. The new thing is a fairy tale. It's ridiculous. It's impossible. The new thing's really exciting. Let's move towards it. I don't know what the new thing is, but there's this flip-flopping energy around it. And I get the same off the Four of Cups, really, because it's like, yes, there's that opportunity I missed. Here's an opportunity, right? This is an opportunity. Someone's handing you an opportunity, right? And it's like, okay, I missed the opportunity. Now I've got the opportunity. Let's do the thing. But at the same time, it's like, nah, I'm not going to invest any cups in this. I'm not going to invest any emotion in this. Similarly to, who was it? Sagittarius. There's a lack of cups in your entire reading. I don't know where your cups are in all of this, my loves. Yeah, we've got cups down here, cups of apathy, and then obviously the magician has a cup because the magician has all the elements available to him. Well, in his upright form, in his reverse form, not so much. But I immediately related the Knight of Pentacles to be an inconsistency in feeling, didn't I? That's why there's no cups, because there's an inconsistency. Perhaps. Let's dig and let's see. That would be another thing that's blocking your manifestation. Well, I've said that already, I'm sorry. The energies repeat, so I repeat. It's the way it goes, I'm afraid. With each repetition, I kind of hope to get more clarity, but maybe I don't. Oh, this magician and this devil. There's some sort of sense of illusion here. Some sort of smoke and mirrors here as well. You see, the devil wants you to think that you don't have any spiritual needs. Now, I don't know how well the devil's winning at the moment because there's no bloody cups. Where's your cups? Yeah. See, the magician manifests to meet his spiritual needs, but the devil wants you to think you don't have any spiritual needs. The devil wants you to think that all that matters is the 3D, what's on the physical plane, tangible stuff, feelings, spiritual needs, emotional needs, they're not tangible. The devil, I don't know. Magician on the bottom of the deck. I just randomly picked this deck up and the magician's on the bottom of the deck. Alright, let's get onto these energies of the past anyway. Tell me more about this Seven of Wands, please. Tell me more about this Seven of Wands. Tell me more about this Seven of Wands, thank you. A Knight of Swords. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Defensiveness, reactiveness. Is that not what I said about this card already? A reactiveness. A reactiveness that caused someone to run. Someone's running here. I don't know what they think they're running towards. I do not know. Tell me more about this Seven of Wands. Yeah, okay. Yeah. God. Yeah, well, this is definitely... we've got the World card out. We've got the Knight of Swords. We've got the Six of Swords out. Six of Swords is transitioning away from something in an attempt to move on to calmer waters. They're both in reverse. You see, it's an attempt at liberation, an attempt at moving on to calmer waters. I sort of feel like it's not exactly been realised. And I feel like currently it's not being realised because this manifestation isn't happening. Whatever calmer waters you're trying to manifest, perhaps, it feels like that's not quite happening. Defensiveness. Tell me more. Ten of Wands. A feeling of burden. A feeling of heaviness. Defensiveness around that. Running from a feeling of burden. But the King of Swords thinks things through. I mean, I feel these energies are a little bit contradictory and confusing. So let's get underneath that King of Swords and see how well this King of Swords really did think things through. Tell me more about this King of Swords, please. Tell me more about this King of Swords. Four of Cups reversed. The moon. It's that sense of illusion again, and it's come out above the Magician. Well, I mean, it's not above the Magician right now, but it's underneath the King of Swords, which is above the Magician. Four of Cups. Four of Cups. I'm disappointed. It's almost like the disappointment itself was put under a moon. So when I talk about putting things under a moon, I mean kind of denying them. Simply put. Kind of covering them with a layer of illusion, not examining them properly. Do you see? This sense of disappointment was not properly examined. It's under a moon. The King of Swords thinks he's being really logical and rational, but how? God, this reminds me of the Sagittarius read quite a lot. Although I haven't seen any. Well, Temperance is a Sagittarius card. I haven't seen Temperance, but we'll see. Give me one more card for the King of Swords, please. Give me one more card for the King of Swords. Oops. A Ten of Pentacles reversed. What the fuck? We've got a Ten of Pentacles and a Four of Cups under a moon. This tells me that the King of Swords, i.e. you, flip-flop the energies as it applies. The King of Swords, he's put a lot of thought into his words, into his communication in the past here. It appears to be very well reasoned. And do you know what? If it was the King of Swords out of this deck, Ace of Pentacles. If it was the King of Swords out of that deck, I might just believe it. But the point is, when he made these decisions... Decisions? Why did I start talking about decisions? When he made this communication... Because that's what the King of Swords does. He communicates clearly and effectively with consideration. Or so we think. How much consideration has this King of Swords made when a Ten of Pentacles and a Four of Cups is under a moon? Four of Cups is disappointment. An Ace of Pentacles. I did just see the Ace of Pentacles on that deck. It's like an Ace of Pentacles, an opportunity. Didn't turn out the way you hoped. And you're just fed up with it. And the thing is, especially in this deck, it's hard to believe that the thing you're turning your back on wasn't beautiful. Because look at that. And what can I say? I can only go by what the cards are saying, and that's what it says to me. The Ten of Pentacles. A lack of safety, a lack of stability when it's in reverse like this. But this lack of safety and lack of stability was not examined when the King of Swords put forth this well-reasoned communication, because it was under a moon. It was covered by layers of fear, layers of illusion, and layers of denying your own spiritual needs, I'm going to say. Yeah. What do I mean by spiritual needs? I mean, I think if we... That's a whole thing you could examine on its own, but simply put, I would say what we're talking about here is the need to be loved and the need to feel loved. I don't know who else I've said that to recently, but there you go. Tell me more about this world. There's some sort of resistance to an ending here. It wouldn't be in reverse like that otherwise. However, in your current energy, there's more acceptance with, I think... I can't shuffle this deck anymore for the life of me. I don't know what's happened to my shuffling abilities. There we go. I think currently, in your current energy, there's more acceptance. I don't know. We'll see when we dig under it. Tell me more about this world. Tell me more about this world. Hierophant. Hierophant can be about commitments. So what that talks about, what appears to have ended here for the world, the Ten of Swords. Something's ended. And this is telling us what has ended, simply put. What has ended is some sort of commitment. But in the past anyway, there's a reluctance to accept it on someone's part. Yes, because it feels very painful. There's a lot of pain attached to this ending. The Ten of Swords doesn't come out for fun. The Ten of Swords is painful. The Three of Swords is fucking painful. I mean, look. So hence the reverse world, hence the resistance to the ending. I mean, that's totally human and normal, isn't it? It doesn't mean it's the wrong decision, but it just means it's fucking painful. I'm not here to judge your decisions. I'm just here to look at the energies, and tell me more about this world for Leo. The wheel. The wheel, the wheel, the wheel. It wasn't meant to be. I keep getting that with the wheel. What can I say? It's a feeling that it wasn't meant to be. It's all under a world. The wheel keeps on turning. The wheel keeps on turning. It's interesting, isn't it? Because both of these are not, you don't see this on every wheel card. This idea of freedom. I want to say ecstasy. I don't know why I want to say ecstasy. Some of you on drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. Do what you like. I'm not judging either way, or giving my opinion either way. That was so random, I'm sorry. I appear to be in a strange mood. There's something here about a sense of freedom. I don't know if it was realised. Perhaps with the wheel upright, perhaps it was realised. And it's just with that first card in reverse, it felt like it maybe wasn't. That surface energy. But underneath, okay, so what I feel this is saying to me is that, like, it didn't feel like it was realised initially. I mean, how the Three of Wands is so... The Three of Swords is so painful, and actually, by the way, I'm glad to see that Three of Swords for you. That's a whole other story based on previous readings I've done for you. Because it's been there for a while in your energy, and it's... Yeah. Anyway, and a need for freedom, a need for independence, initially not realised, but the energy of that is available to you, I believe, with the wheel. I do believe that energy is available to you, and if it wasn't realised at first, maybe it's beginning to be realised now. Let's get onto this Ten of Swords and see, because that takes us right back to the ending, and I see more acceptance creeping in, although it is painful still. The Ten of Swords is painful, there's no getting away from that. Okay, tell me more about this Ten of Swords for Leo, please. Tell me more about this painful sword. This painful swords? What the fuck? Tell me more about this Ten of Swords for Leo, please. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords for Leo. Thank you. We got a Five of Wands. Okay, so there was a lot of conflict. It's only minor arcana conflict, and it's in reverse. It doesn't feel mega to me, but part of your acceptance of the ending is relating to knowing that at least this conflict has ended, which I do get a bit of a sense of relief over that. And kind of the same energy as this. That's probably something I didn't quite mention when I spoke about this up here, but relief, liberation, freedom. There is issues around the concept of feeling relieved related to all that energy. Anyway, right. End of the conflict. Five of Wands conflict is... It doesn't feel mega to me. And I've got the Death card in reverse, Queen of Pentacles. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. I don't like the way the Death card's in reverse for you here. It would just feel, well, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not judging you, it's just that initially I was seeing an acceptance of an ending, and with the Death card in reverse, I'm now feeling a non-acceptance again. It's flip-flopping. It's totally flip-flopping, this energy. Let's do my head in, Leo. God knows how you must feel. Because we've got a World reverse, and then we've got a Wheel upright. We've got a Ten of Swords upright, and then we've got a Death reversed. It's like, I accept it, I don't accept it. I accept it, I don't accept it. Okay. Okay. Queen of Pentacles there. Not necessarily your energy, I don't think. This sense of conflict is attached to this Queen of Pentacles. I like the Queen of Pentacles. See, the Queen of Pentacles is pretty nurturing. She's got a lot to give. She's very happy in her own skin. She doesn't want for anything. She doesn't want for anything. And yet, there's this conflict attached to her in your energy. This feels like the energy of the person you are experiencing conflict, the energy of the person who you communicated to in a very thoughtful, rational way, even though there was a shitload of stuff under the moon that you didn't actually examine. The person who you ended things with in some sort of a way. That's going to look different for all of you. Yeah, like I say, I still see a little bit of... It's difficult. Death energy is difficult. It's not all doom and gloom and terrible. It certainly doesn't mean anyone's going to die, by the way. Let's get that clear. But it's a bit of a void. Death, you can feel in a bit of a void with death. Because it's like one thing's ended and something's ended and... It's like a gap between that and a kind of rebirth. There's a certain difficulty. It's a certain feeling of difficulty for you to be in that void, which is only natural and normal, and it's not the most fun place to be. I don't... Unless... I mean, that... Actually, it could be that this Queen of Pentacles energy is finding it difficult being in that space as well. And yeah, it could be that. I don't know. Take it as you will. The Magician. Tell me more about the Magician for... Yes. Yes! A lack of clarity. A lack of clarity over what you actually want is attached to your manifestation, which is why it's blocked. It's what I've already said. I'm really trying hard not to repeat myself too much now, you know, on these videos, but it's so hard because the energies just repeat themselves. At least I could try and say it in a different way or something, I don't know. A Four of Swords. That's a very private, personal process and energy. It's an energy of rest, respite, healing, meditation. See, this Ace of Swords came out sideways, which to me is a sign of the energies flip-flopping anyway in my readings. That's just the way I read cards. Sideways cards have significance for me. So I don't know, it feels like flip-flopping between clarity and not clarity or something like that. It's not an energy which manifestation's likely to bring consistent results, because the intention's not consistent. It might bring you some inconsistent results. Tell me more about this Magician, please. Tell me more about this Magician. The High Priestess and the Empress in reverse. I'm feeling the Empress energy and the Queen of Pentacles energy being the same. And relating to your person. High Priestess comes after the Magician. Oh, gosh. And then after the High Priestess is the Empress. 1, 2, 3. That's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, in fact. Okay, well, that kind of tells me that there is progression. You can progress out of this energy. When you're clear on what you want. But not also necessarily clear on what you want, but clear on what was for some of you. Yeah. There's definitely the idea here of getting more in touch with your own intuition. Intuition's a funny word though, isn't it? It's very easy to confuse intuition with a trauma response. And I'll be honest, this Seven of Wands with this Knight of Swords does strike me as the energy of making a decision from being in a place of like dysregulation within yourself. But sometimes that feels like High Priestess energy, but it isn't. And it's hard to distinguish the difference, especially when you're putting things under a moon. And that's the other thing with the High Priestess. The High Priestess will keep secrets from herself. I don't necessarily think you're actively doing that here with it being in an upright position, but do you know what? This is so weird. Like, there's so much flip-flopping in your energy all over the shop. It's driving me crazy. I know I've said this. You see, we've got a Queen of Pentacles upright, we've got an Empress reversed. And I think this relates to how you see somebody else. Like, sometimes you see them as a Queen of Pentacles who doesn't want for anything, who's pretty fucking hardcore, to be honest. In fact, you might even see them as a High Priestess, to be fair. And then the next minute, it's like you see them as more in that the shadow side of that energy, the reverse side of that energy, i.e. a reversed Empress. Queen of Pentacles and Empress energy is so similar. But I would say what's winning is this, because it's Major Arcana. Major Arcana is always going to trump Minor Arcana. So this is kind of, this view of this person is either closer to actual reality or is the view of them that just about has the edge, just about wins in your head, let's say. This is someone who perhaps needs to invest in themselves a little bit more. Yeah. I think possibly someone very intuitive, because we've got a crystal ball here, which isn't that common. You don't often see that. I don't know. Do you often see that with the Empress? I don't. I don't really generally associate the Empress with that psychic ability, but on this particular card, yeah, sure. And the High Priestess is the most psychic card in the deck anyway. So it's somebody who you know to be very intuitive, at least. We just say intuitive, but bordering on psychic or whatever. I mean, really, I think being psychic is just kind of an extension of empathy, really, anyway. And, you know, both these energies are very empathetic when they're in their upright. But, of course, the Empress is in reverse here. There's some sort of acceptance here that you do need to really settle on what it is you want in order to make any sort of manifestation happen, in order to take action, in order to co-create with your reality with the universe, let's put it like that. I feel like this Four of Swords energy is gonna stop this Ace of Swords flip-flopping and help you bring this Ace of Swords upright, i.e. give you some sort of clarity, and then this energy will become upright, is the way I'm feeling it. So really, this Knight of Pentacles, it already speaks of this inconsistency that we've discussed, so I don't know if there's much more for me to say about this Knight of Pentacles, really. Can you tell me anything else about this Knight of Pentacles, please? Ooh, a Knight of Wands. Bloody hell. A lot of passion. A lot of passion towards this person. This, I don't know. Passion. Two of Swords. Inconsistency. Indecision. You know? So what? We've got a Knight of Wands on one side. What have we got on the other side then? Sometimes with the Two of Swords, that's what I like to do. I kind of like to go either side of the card to find out what's like at either extreme of what the fuck's going on. Tell me more about this Two of Swords. An Eight of Wands. Seven of Cups is a card of confusion and choice. Incidentally, it didn't quite fall out. Oh right, this is indecision about communication. There's times, yeah, okay, so there's times where you impulsively want to connect and communicate with this person. Eight of Wands and Knight of Wands. To be honest, the way I'm seeing it is these two are on one side and this is on the other side. That's more the way I'm seeing it, if that makes sense. So the Knight of Pentacles reversed is just absolutely stuck in the mud. The Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands on the other side is the opposite. The very opposite. I mean, I think that you are moving as fast as you can move when you're the Knight of Wands. The Wands is the fastest of all the suits in tarot, and then the Knight is the court card that takes everything to the extreme. So you cannot get much more impulsive and fiery and passionate and forward moving than the Knight of Wands, and he's with an Eight of Wands, you know, which is communication. So it's almost like on one side you've got an impulsive desire for communication, on the other side absolutely stuck in the mud, not moving, not going anywhere. It's that flip-flopping that I've been seeing the whole read. The whole read. In fact, the only thing that would make it more flip-flopping is if instead of the Magician alongside this Devil, we had a Lovers, but we don't. We'll get a Lovers now underneath this Ace of Wands, and then I'll just probably explode and leave the reading. But the flip-flopping is crazy. Certainly interesting. Keeping me on my toes, that's for sure. Let's look at this future energy then for Leo. Let's try not... Oh, for God's sake, why can't I shuffle anymore? I don't know what on earth's wrong with me. Okay, Four of Cups in the future for Leo, please. Tell me more about this Four of Cups. It was under your moon. It's coming up again in your future. It's almost like you brought it out from under your moon, to be fair. I don't know how much choice you've had in doing that. The Daughter of Wands, the Page of Wands. Again, the Page of Wands. What the fuck? The Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands. Okay, just tell me more. I'm going to just reserve judgment on that. Oh, fuck. I knew that was going to happen. It's not bad. I don't want to alarm anyone. It's not alarming. It's just... I don't think I said it out loud, but in my head I was thinking, is your hand going to be forced? Like, because it's come out from... The way I was talking about it coming out from onto the moon, right? And I was thinking, I think Leo's hand's going to be forced. Because I feel like the only way of getting that Four of Cups out from under that moon is that your hand's going to be forced in some way. Some sort of external event, some sort of something coming in from the universe that's kind of forcing your hand and forcing you to wake up to this Four of Cups energy, which strikes me as the possibility that an opportunity has been missed here. And the Page of Wands is moving towards that opportunity with enthusiasm. Yeah, I have no idea if I even said it out loud, but I thought it, and then out comes the Tower. I mean, you couldn't make it up. One more card for this Four of... What opportunity? Then what opportunity has been missed? And if I get the Ten of Pentacles, I'm going to explode. What opportunity has been missed? Oh, that's too many cards. I can't take all of those. What opportunity has been missed? What opportunity has been missed? Mother of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Yes, I feel like, again, this represents the energy of the person that you appear to have ended things with. Queen of Pentacles, Empress, Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very... I like the Queen of Swords, obviously, given the name of my channel. Can be Libra energy, but I don't really buy assigning star signs to the court cards like that. I actually personally think it's a pretty Virgo card, and I watched another reader's take on the Queen of Swords, and she feels it's Virgo energy as well, which is very interesting, because I'm a Virgo and I named my channel that and whatever. Anyway, look, someone who... Well, I tell you what, when they get together with the King of Swords, it can be pretty fucking tricky, I'll be honest. It's never all that great. There's a sense of independence with this queen. Like, it might not be a woman, by the way, that's not really the way it works, it's just an energy, but so often the Queen of Swords can be someone who's recently divorced. The energy of someone who's recently divorced, like, she's pretty badass. Like the High Priestess, she gets a reputation for being cold and emotionless, but she isn't. It's just that her awareness of her own emotions means that she's not ruled by them, if that makes sense. She doesn't take any bullshit. And she sometimes can come across as quite blunt in the way that she communicates. But it seems that the missed opportunity relates to that sort of energy. So whoever that is to you, you can make sense of that how you will. Ace of Wands reversed. Ace of Wands reversed versus the Page of Wands. Flip-flop, flippity-flop. Ace of Wands reversed. Tell me more about this Ace of Wands reversed. Tell me more, please. Five of Swords. Self-sabotage, sabotage, sabotage. It's that bloody Ace of Swords again. It's that lack of clarity. You've got two reversed aces. Two reversed aces here. It's like, no new beginning is needed here connected to this missed opportunity. That's what this energy is saying. No, I don't need clarity. I don't need I just no. Maybe the Page of Wands is walking away from this energy, you know. I don't know, but that's not the way I felt it when it first came out. But Five of Swords, it feels to me like this saying no is potentially an act that's hurting yourself in a way that doesn't really feel necessary, I will say, because it's that sabotage energy. I mean, sometimes it's painful to walk away. You know, three of Swords up here. It's painful, but it doesn't mean it's the wrong decision. 10 of Swords, it's painful, but it doesn't mean it's the wrong decision. But here with this Five of Swords, it's like it's painful and it feels potentially like it could be the wrong decision because it's just more sabotaging. It's like, I've spoken about hopes and fears, haven't I, in this reading? It's that when your hopes and your fears are one and the same, it's refusal to take on the hope is familiar, but potentially also an act of self-sabotage. One more card for this Ace of Wands reverse, please. One more. Is that one? All right then. What was it? Was it a Five of Cups? Oh, it's a star. Oh. Reverse star. Reverse star. Loss of hope. There's no hope. There's no hope, so why even bother? Look at the colour match. There's no hope for clarity, so why even bother? Okay. Yes, I would believe it if it wasn't all attached to a Five of Swords. Oh, Ace of Wands on the split, upright. I don't know. Some of you are wanking over this person anyway. I'm just going to say that. I can't not say it when it's the Ace of Wands reversed. I mean, I can not say it, but I said it. And that energy, there's kind of a manifestation. Whether you know it or not, there's a kind of a manifestation attached to that energy. Anyway, that's just by the by, really, because there is a lot of passion here still. You've got the Knight of Wands out, that impulsive desire. Just a loss of hope. It's a missed opportunity, but there's no hope. I don't know. If this tower's going to come along, it might tell you otherwise regarding a sense of hope. I don't know. That Devil reversed. Who knows, Leo? Who knows? I feel like I'm missing something. Sorry, that's why I'm dwelling on this star. I feel like I'm missing something. Tell me more about this star, please. Tell me more about this star. Just one card. Oh, it's an Ace of Wands reversed again. So that tells me that I can't really say anything else. I mean, I know full well I've not got the full message for you, but there's a block on it. I can't get to it. But 2 Ace of Wands reversed. That's either a lot of masturbation or, well, I don't know what else actually. I think it's just a lot of masturbation. Okay. Let's get rid of the Page of Wands. So this is the flip side of this loss of hope, the flip side of not renewing things, I'm going to say, because aces are new, but they can also represent a renewal. And I'm looking at that World card as I'm saying that, which is things coming round again. It's like the end of a cycle doesn't always mean a definite ending, nor does the Death card. Tell me more about this Page of Wands, please. Tell me more about this Page of Wands. Tell me more about this Page of Wands. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's not the Lovers, but it is the Ten of Cups. See? That's the alternative. Alternative, no new beginning, no hope. The alternative is this, which is just emotional harmony. Do you know what, though? It is kind of, you know, I said about a fairy tale, because sometimes the Ten of Cups can feel a bit fairy tale. You know, I said about that castle. It's that, it feels like it is that castle in the distance. I don't know. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful energy. And to be honest, this energy, you can be in this energy either alone or with a partner. You can. And this is possibly what this whole connection has taught you. Yeah, I can easily see that. You're now moving towards a Ten of Cups, and in exactly what way that manifests, I don't know, because there's so much flip-flopping. It's just realising how you're connected with everything and everyone in love, basically. It's just this love energy. I don't know how to explain it. I think if you've experienced it, you'll know what I'm talking about, and perhaps you haven't quite yet, because it is in your future. And it does not rely on being with another person. It's a love it forward energy. I think you got a glimpse of it in this connection. I think you've got a very, very, you see what she's turning her back on there, the disappointment, right? That's that. It came out upright. The rainbow, the colour match, that's that. Somehow it was the briefest glimpse of it, and it seems it wasn't sustained. I mean, I think a big part of why it wasn't sustained is what's under this moon, but yeah, maybe I've said enough stuff to prompt questions in your own head as to get to the bottom of that for yourself, because this is a general reading. I can't, you know, say it all. But I see you rediscovering it, not possibly individually, possibly in a partnership, possibly, I don't know. I don't know. I think you have to discover it on your own first before you can do anything else, to be honest. But it's almost like it was brief. You were given a brief glimpse of it. I've said that already. Right now I'm trying to describe exactly what it is, and it's hard. It's a sort of faith, actually. A faith in love. Even if an ending came about, it's still an opening of the heart. It's learning how to love, which doesn't have to be romantic love directed at one person. It's that lover's energy. Seven of Wands. Oh, yeah. It's warm. Why are you defensive towards it in your future here? No. Okay, so the very first card out in your reading was the Seven of Wands, and it was upright, and that was that defensiveness. And now it's come out reversed, which to me comes across as a lowering of defences. It does, yeah. But in an individual sense, to me, kind of, maybe. You make sense of it as you will, and let me know in the comments. One more card for this. Page of Wands. That's my Love It Forward card. That is literally my Love It Forward card. Make sense of it how you will. Words have their limits. I'm doing my best. Temperance is fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful energy to have here. It really is. It's that harmony and balance again. And I just feel like you've learnt a lot about that. I mean, pages are a card of learning. So I can't make some big bad prediction about what's going to happen here. That's down to you. You've got free will. What I can really do is comment on the energies. So I was feeling a lot of flip-flopping. And to a certain extent I was feeling flip-flopping between this ace and this page. But I will say, in your future, I feel you being a lot more settled in this energy, which is nice. And it's an energy of learning about harmony and balance, but I think also experiencing it in a way you've not experienced it before, in an open-hearted way, but possibly towards the world. Towards the world. I'm going to pull a card to see about whether that's directed at a particular... I don't think... Do I even need to ask, really? It doesn't feel directed towards one person. And I don't... Although Temperance is actually, to me, for me personally, and specifically in this deck, can be a card of a really beautiful union between you and someone else. It can be. But it's like you have to reach that union within you first, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I don't know. It depends what you want in life, doesn't it? The Hierophant. Learning. Assimilating. It's up here as well. Yeah. Yeah. Queen of Swords again on the bottom of the deck. I don't know. With her white cat. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there for you. God, I hope that made sense. It felt like a difficult reading. It was flip-flopping all over the place, but it does come to... The energy, it all comes to a point of feeling a bit more settled, to me. What that looks like in the 3D, I'm really sorry. I don't know. Use your own discernment. Use your own intuition, I'm going to say. High Priestess. This is a very High Priestess vibey card as well, even though it's not. I was just looking at them both. So that's why I said that. Yeah. Fascinating reading. Okay, Leo, let me know in the comments. I love your comments. They make me a better reader. Like the reading if you liked it. Subscribe if you've not already, etc., etc., and all that jazz. All right. See you later.